Not here.
All right, okay, I can be heard, right?
Yep.
Perfect. Sorry, so hi, my name is Roman. I'm part of the Turning Point chapter at NDSU. I'm rather very right-wing, but I do hold a lot of bipartisanship because I think that's important. One of the biggest things I think we see that is an issue is the amount of money that we're seeing our House members and our Senate have. Absolutely absurd. In fact, we have Nancy Pelosi, Mitch McConnell, two of the biggest ones. They have over $200 million, despite being in Congress for 30 years. The math doesn't math. So my question for the House of Representative candidates is simple. Would you push for a ban on trading stocks for the Senate and the House Representatives?
Good question.
Start with Alex.
Okay.
Yeah, the answer is yes. So I wouldn't push for it. You write an English bill that says there's no stocks, there's no trading, there's none of that stuff. For your family members, for your kids, for your dog, for your cat. So Julie wrote a real cute one. She said, let me see if I can remember it. She wrote, no stock, I think she did with Hogan, I think, I'm not sure. No stock trading for the congressional representative and their husband and their kids, which leaves it wide open for everybody, other member of the family. The idea is no stocks whatsoever. So I'll give you even better than that. I don't have any stocks, and I'm never going to own stocks. So you don't have to worry about that with me because I just don't believe in them. I know that I shouldn't say it about America, but I just don't, okay? I'm going to use the coffee can and the rest Cindy has. She gave me some tonight to come. So the bottom line is you got to put it in a single issue bill and stand on it. We shouldn't be trading anything. Why should you be doing that? So, okay, I'm not saying if you have stocks, you're a bad person. You're probably super smart and better than me. But in Congress, just stop. You don't trade, you don't invest, you don't make bets, sport bets, anything when you're in Congress. Take a 2-year hiatus, 4-year, whatever long you guys are in office too. Just stop doing it for a little while. That's what I'm going to do. Well, I don't have to because I didn't start it, but I'm going to stay out of it. And you need to have faith that your people will do that. Because once you start investing in that, somebody's going to come over. I guarantee you they will come over to you and say, hey, Mike's or Julie's husband's in the defense industry, and they're going to build this tank, and it's going to get voted on, so you can invest in the battery on that tank and make a lot of money. Trust me, that stuff's going to happen. Does bribery happen? Sure it does. But you got to be strong enough to take it. Okay, that's the bottom line. So,
I'm going to predict that a certain Fargo Forum columnist is going to write a column with the headline, U.S. congressional candidate says he doesn't believe in stocks.
Go with that one. I like that.
Whoever should that be?
Probably the same one who criticized me for only talking to Democrats and then criticized me for pandering to Republicans when I do talk to them. So, I just can't win.
Nobody wants that.
So I own no single stocks either. Now, I have 401k money. I never look at it. It just does what it does. But this should extend not only down to family and be comprehensive in that way in the legislative branch. It should also extend to the judicial branch because you might know something about a decision coming up. It should extend all across the executive branch because if you're working in the Pentagon, you might have information, and we've even seen that at least one person in the military active duty got in trouble for going into those prediction markets about Venezuela. You're working for the people. You're a servant out there, and you're not supposed to take the information that you know because of that and gain personally from it. So yeah, we need to end that stuff throughout the government. Because I was in Bismarck for Valentine's Day for a dinner they had there, and I joked about being it was appropriate because there's no place that has more sweetheart deals than Bismarck. And all across government, we really need to watch this. We have a lot of conflicts of interest, and it's just devoid of common sense. And the bar really should remain at, does it present the appearance of impropriety? And anything beyond that shouldn't be allowed.
Hey, can I just explain something?
Yep.
So Trigger knows it, but we didn't say it. In the thrift savings plan in the government, you're allowed to put $19,500 in pre-tax every year, okay? But you can put that into T-bills or or into stocks or into radical crazy stuff, right? So force the issue right into the law and say it goes to T-bills. That's it. You make 4%, 2% off that, then you're not affecting anything. So I'm not saying we can't let a 25 or a younger person like Trigger here get in office and invest in thrift, but limit it. And then nobody's got to question whether you were trying to manipulate it, right? That's all. I just want to,
The side benefit of that is the more that they jack up the national debt, the worse their investment returns will be.
That is exactly right. They got to cut the debt to make T-bills grow. That's exactly right.
Elaine?
Wow, the great answers. I would completely ban and fight, have it banned, insider trading for all elected officials. And I think things have gotten distorted. Trust is eroded. People are so frustrated, but they get in office, lots of people, and then they act as though we work for them. And look at all the bills, all the things that they're for, pro, against, and who's paying for that? I mean, we are paying for everything that's going on in this country. There's no benefit for them to pay because they get elected and all they want is to accumulate money, wealth. And that has to stop, and that's where the trust has been eroded. But we need to maybe remind them that they work for us. They might have 1 to 10 lobbyists for one person, but we have more people than that. There's more of us than them, and we need to put our foot down so we have had enough. Thank you.